If an abundant life is one lived by soul in a spirit of love, what is living by spirit? It was early on a Tuesday morning in late June 2020 when I boarded the light rail train. From Denver's Union Station, it would take me about 30 minutes to arrive at Denver International Airport. The train was largely empty and the ride was free, both in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. I was unsure about flying. At the same time, after more than 2 months off work, I felt compelled to step into any work available. This was especially true of work that paid well. This particular job would bring me to the Oregon coast. The next 4 days would be intense. A couple of months earlier, I had officiated the funeral for a 28-year-old who accidentally overdosed. Now his father wanted to engage in some additional processing. He fled with his girlfriend to his place of refuge, the Oregon coast. He invited me to join them there. As I sat down on the train, still unsure of what I would do beyond being present, I opened my bag and looked at the books I decided to bring with me. I could not tell you why I brought them, just that each of them seemed to say, "Take me." Now, as I looked at all of them, only one called out. I picked up Henry Nouwen's book, Intimacy. The book is a collection of essays on what intimacy looks like in various settings. I'm not sure why I skimmed beyond the first essay as the train rumbled along, but I did. Perhaps because the second essay would change my life. Nouwen's second essay, The Challenge to Love, did more than shape our 3 days in Oregon. It continues to offer me a framework that helps make sense of faith in life. It is the essay that defines living by spirit. I spent countless hours exploring the divine nature while writing my dissertation. For years, I compiled an array of ideas on what spiritual formation looked like. I had all kinds of ideas on what abundance and what an abundant life might look like. But what I lacked was an overarching container that allowed all of the pieces to fit together. Then I read Nouwen's words and everything fell into place. Nouwen writes about two main forms of existing, the form of power and the form of love. Or, in other words, the taking form and the forgiving form. I would describe these forms of existing as energies or spirits to live by. These spirits shape how we see and interact with the world. Talking about power, Nouwen writes, "We are judged, evaluated, tested and graded, diagnosed and classified from the time our parents compare our first walk with the little neighbors. Gradually, as time goes on, we realize that our permanent record is building its own life, independent of ours. It's not really so amazing that we often feel caught, taken, and used for purposes not our own. The main concern then becomes not who I am, but who I am considered to be. Not what others think, but what others think of me. In this existence, we find ourselves operating in terms of power, motivated by fear." As I read those words, I see how power dictates so much of our world. Whether you're talking about business or religion, socially or in personal relationships, so many of us live under this constant sense of judgment and evaluation. Based on our appearance and performance, we deem ourselves worthy or unworthy. To that end, power is the foundation of racism, sexism, and religious persecution. Social privilege extended to some on the basis of race, religion, gender, sexual orientation, physical appearance, or socioeconomic status is a manifestation of power. In some cases, it's all about power over yourself. It's about hard work and the discipline to accomplish your goals. Perhaps it's going to the gym when you really want a snack while sitting on the couch. If physical appearance isn't your thing, it might be self-control when it comes to education, spending habits, or emotions. Even addictions are often about an attempt to gain power over a chaotic inner world. More often, abundance becomes about power over others. This can range from your position at work to your standing in social circles. It can focus on the acquisition and control of money, resources, or information. In the end, it is about you being in a position of independence with both security and control. When we're applying power to popular visions of abundance, it is clear that abundance is often about the acquisition of power. It could be about power, somebody who already has power seeking more. In other cases, the historically marginalized fight to gain power by gaining a seat at the table. Power can be forceful and coercive. Power can also operate with a gentle manipulation that makes the oppressed and marginalized feel equal. But whatever form it takes, however it makes those without it feel, power is antithetical to a spirit of love. And that's what I will explore next.